If you're dreaming about going to Australia on a tourist visa, this video is for you because we are going to discuss everything about Australia's tourist visa, which is called as visitor visa. How to apply, what documents are needed, common visa rejection reasons, how much it will cost you, timelines. So, if you're in the process of applying your visa or you want to apply in the future, make sure you watch the video till the end.
But before we start, a quick introduction about myself for my new audience. My name is Sarika and I have been living in the UK for the last 14 years. I work full-time in IT and during my free time, I make YouTube videos. I have two good news to share with you guys as well. First is about study abroad service. You guys already know that I can help you study abroad in any of these listed countries. You simply need to fill the form which is provided in my video description and pinned comment, and my team will reach out to you soon. If you don't hear back from them, you can send me a direct email on yourknowledgebuddy@gmail.com. Second update from me, I'm launching a job assistance service to help you find a job in the UK. I know many of you are struggling to find jobs and need more help navigating the UK job market. I'll assist you from start till the finish, including job searching, networking, and interview preparation. This is a paid service and I will take only a few students to start with. I offer two packages, one for groups and for one, which is more expensive, one-to-one consultation. If you want more details, you can email me with your CV at yourknowledgebuddy@gmail.com.
So, without any further delay, let me invite you guys to Victor, who is my special guest today. Hi, Victor. Welcome to Your Knowledge Buddy. And if you don't mind, can you please introduce yourself to my audience again, please?
Thank you, Sarika, for having me once again. And hello, audience. This is Victor from New Zealand, and I bring more than 12 years of experience in the field of immigration industry, and immigration advisory. So we have dealt with thousands of applications. So we bring that crux and that knowledge, and I just hope that these things can improve your chances of getting success in your visa journey. So this is the purpose of today's video as well. So Sarika, tell me what we're going to cover today.
Today, we are going to talk about Australia's tourist visa. We want to know how to apply, documents needed, and also from your expertise of the cases that you've handled so far, why does the tourist visa get rejected and how people can avoid it so that they can succeed more. So on and all, how to get successful while applying for a tourist visa.
Thank you, Sarika. So I'm going to take our audience to the screen first of all and show what sort of options are available for them. So let's have a look at this. So in Australia, when we are applying for a visa, which is a visitor class visa, it is a temporary entry visa or a temporary class visa. It is called subclass 600 visitor visa. And as you can see on my screen, this visa can be granted for 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. And there are different options in the visa. If you talk about tourist, it is the person who is going to explore the country and they do not have any sponsor or any relative in the country. If you talk about visitor visa or a family visitor stream, basically parents are going to visit family members, or brother sisters are going to visit their brother sisters or their uncle aunts. So that's family sponsored visa. There are the two major categories which we get applications for, and there is another third category which is business visitor.
Okay.
If there is a businessman in India, they want to, or maybe any part of the world basically, because our audience are from different parts of the world. So if there is a business visitor, if they are planning to go and explore business opportunities, they have business meetings to do in Australia, they are going to have some maybe a quotation or a tender process they're going to enter, or they're going to provide some services to somebody like a software company. If they are offering some services to Australian company, they want to go and do a briefing session or a training session. They can even do that on business visa, which is a visitor visa category again. So the major stream, if you do not have any relative or any family member, so this is the number one which we're going to cover now, which is a tourist stream which is applied outside Australia, and you are looking to enter Australia for tourism purposes. Cost of this visa is $195. So let's talk about why this visa is getting declined. A lot of people apply for this visa and they think it's just a tourist visa. Why immigration is not giving me that? Why it's getting declined? So guys, today the purpose of this video is to give you information about what are the things to keep in mind when you are applying for a tourist visa and what are the reasons why it gets declined. So guys, number one thing, when you apply for this visa, you have to show to Australian authorities, Home Office, a very clear indication and a clear travel plan, basically. Why you have applied for this visa, what you're going to do in Australia, for how long you intend to stay there, what are the cities you're going to visit, and what are the activities you intend to do while in Australia. Second thing which they want to they want to see in the application is the financial ability. That if you are saying that you want to go and travel, you want to go to Sydney, you want to go to Melbourne, you want to go Perth, how much money do you hold in your bank account? Your bank account is a very important aspect or a very important tool to assess your financial situation or financial health, I would say. Because if your financial health is not good, then you cannot justify that you actually intending to stay in Australia temporarily and you intend to be like sufficiently qualified or sufficiently, I would say, financially capable of doing the stated purpose of your travel. So your bank statements, your fixed deposits, they are very, very important aspect to show strength of your visa application. Sarika, the third thing which immigration department is very much looking into is your ties with your home country, and they could be it social ties, means who else is in your family in your country, and the other most important thing is your occupational ties. It means that they want to see if you're running a business, how old is the business, what sort of turnover business is doing, what sort of money business is making. Understand? So if you're in a job, how long you have been in the job, what's your salary package, what are your, if you are you're in the same company for a longer duration of time, what sort of savings you have been doing, if you have any assets in the country or not.
What if someone is retired?
Retirement is fine if somebody is retired, but they need to show that they have enough money. Otherwise, if they are sponsored, then it's fine. Their sponsor is spending the money. I'll give you an example. A lot of parents of Australian residents or citizens or even visa holders, work visa holders, they visit their family, they visit their friends, and they are retired. It's okay. When you are retired, you need to, your application is better. Basically, you're less likely to go and breach your visa conditions. You're less likely to go and work illegally in the country. But only one thing which goes up in the risk if somebody is retired, immigration officers, they start looking at your health, basically. If your health is not as good. So if your health is fine, then it's okay. So if you are applying for a visitor visa, generally they do not ask you for health records and all that, medicals. But if you are applying for a longer duration parent visa, then you have to provide your health history and medication history and your surgeries if you have undergone any. So just to answer your question, if somebody is retired and if they are applying for a visa without a sponsorship, then they need to demonstrate how they're going to fund their travel and sightseeing and other expenses while in Australia.
Okay. And what is the maximum duration can they be in Australia on tourist visa? Is it 6 months?
So 12 months, basically, Sarika. I just mentioned. So 3 months, 6 months to 12 months, they can have this visa. And they can be in Australia for 12 months, and it's a multiple entry visa. Generally, they can go and they can go to some other countries, come back to Australia. So they can have multiple entries. When we lodge the application, in the application, it is asked if you're looking for a single entry visa or if you're looking for a multiple entry visa. So that is covered according to the circumstances of the applicant.
Okay, good. I would like to ask you another question. When you say somebody is a working professional, right? So say someone has taken a leave of 2 weeks to go and visit and then maybe come back. So what kind of documents would be needed by someone who is a working professional? Does like a letter from a HR stating that they applied for a leave for 2 weeks? Is that kind of documents needed or not?
Definitely, it is a strong document, because if you are working in a company or even if you're working in a business, you're doing your own business, still you have to show or demonstrate how this company will run in your absence if you're running a business. And if you're doing a job, you need to show that your employer has accepted your leave application, because that is a very big reason for you to return to your home country.
Right. Okay.
So if your employer is not happy with your leave and you are basically leaving the job and without informing him you are going, it means your intentions are not clear and you have no intentions to return back to the same employer.
Okay.
So this is how it works.
In terms of another question of supporting documents, say for retired parents who want to go and visit their son or daughter, in terms of other documents other than what you mentioned, if it's sponsored by their children, they can have a letter by the children, like a sponsor letter. But what other documents the parent need to submit? Like, is it like a tax filing, property papers, fixed deposits? What else is needed?
Sarika, from our experience, we have seen in some cases, even if a resident or a citizen of the country from Australia, New Zealand, they are sponsoring their parents, still their applications get declined because they do not understand the category requirements of the visa. I'll give you a very prime example. One of our applications which we received after declining. So somebody applied for the visa and wife was pregnant, and both husband and wife were residents of the country, and they supported their mother-in-law, and they said they want to get their mother-in-law to come and spend time with the wife during the pregnancy and the final stages of the pregnancy. But the application was declined, and not on one occasion. I've seen many applications of such nature. They declined because immigration says that you fail to demonstrate your ties with your home country. So that's always a good idea when we are making our temporary entry class applications. We must demonstrate what sort of assets we have in the country. If we have any regular incomes, if we have investments in the equity, in the share market, if we have bank balance, FDs, a source of the money from where it's coming from, any other assets, cars, houses, shops, businesses, agriculture land, anything which you can think of. If you have any ties with your home country, you must demonstrate that, because the application's nature is temporary entry. You must demonstrate, even if your family is there, a citizen or a resident in the country, still you need to demonstrate that you have reasons to go back to your home country.
Okay, can I ask you another question? Again, this is not directly for people who are applying for tourist visa from India to Australia, but these questions are being asked to me by the students who are in the UK, and now for say some reason they want to move out of UK because say they are not successful getting sponsorship job, or their student visa is about to expire or is already expired because they overstayed, and now they want to move to Australia from UK, but say they are Indian. Is the requirement and
Sarika,
the eligibility criteria same, or is it different?
Yeah, Sarika, we get a lot of inquiries from people, those who are in different countries, and they are running out of their visa options in their country, and then they decide that, okay, let's apply to a third country. So they came from their home country to a one country, then they want to jump the boat, they want to go to a different country. So guys, I would like to mention here that we have to keep few things in mind. We have done such cases successfully, but there are few things to keep in mind. If so, I'll give you some examples. If you are on a visitor visa in a country and applying for a third country, you need to demonstrate that what activities you have already done in that country and what are the plans of going to a next country, and you have the right to return to your home country. So basically, these are the things for a visitor visa holder. If we talk about the people, those who are on student visa or they are on a work visa in any country, they need to demonstrate how long they are allowed to stay in the country of visa, which visa they are holding right now. Say, for example, somebody in the UK, they need to demonstrate how long they have been there and how long they can stay in that country. And if they are applying for a visa to Australia or New Zealand, do they have right to re-enter the country or not? Their bank statements, if they have regular income or not, if they have regular savings or not. So basically, give an example, if a student is applying from UK, going to Australia for a visit, they need to demonstrate financial ability, as well as if they can show the proof of their enrollment, that they are enrolled in a longer duration program, like a degree program or a master's program. Then, and if they have the financial ability, by all means, yes, they can get a tourist visa to enter Australia, because they have a purpose to return back to UK to complete their studies. And same with work visa holders. If somebody is working in any country and they want to apply, the first question or the first information which an officer will look at, the duration, the expiry date of their current work visa and their financial ability, basically.
Okay, makes sense. Thank you. So I believe the students who are asking me this question, this is going to make some sense for them now. Thank you, Victor. In terms of now, let's talk about the cost involved in applying for tourist visa. What is it like?
Generally, if you look at the streams of the visa, which you were covering, if you look at my screen, so up to $195 AUD is the fees for the visa. And then there are some charges which they cost around like $5, which is a card charges. So around say $200, I would say it costs to get a visitor visa for Australia. So yeah, that is a cost.
And in terms of timeline, are you aware of what is the current timeline if someone is applying today? Generally, how long does it take for the visa to come?
So basically, the standard time frame, if you talk about, it's around 39 to 40 days. We should keep in mind. So this sort of 39 to 40 days.
39 to 40 days. Oh my God.
So that's a standard time frame. But as you will appreciate that, Sarika, in some cases we get decisions earlier if it's there. It's a straightforward application, and in some cases it takes even longer.
Oh dear. Okay.
So basically, when we look at the time frame of Australian visas, they say generally 50% of the applications will be done within 39 days, and rest of the application, 90% of applications will be done in maybe 6 months.
Oh my God. I think UK is better. I shouldn't be saying in front of the camera, but yeah, I mean, it says within 3 weeks, it's a normal. And for my parents, when I got their visa done, I did not even apply for a fast track. It was a normal, and I think I got a visa within 8 or 9 days. It was that quick.
Here in New Zealand, Australia, it takes around 2 to 3 weeks or 4 weeks sometimes just to allocate the application.
Oh dear. Okay. I'm not complaining about being in UK or getting my parents in the UK, you see. Okay. Thank you very much, Victor. Any final tips or suggestion for my audience?
Definitely, what I would say is if anybody is planning to apply for a visitor visa or any temporary class visa, guys, you have to provide the information in a very structured manner. Do not be overconfident. You need to demonstrate what are your ties, why will you go back, and what will you do in that country where you are going to visit, as well as show your income tax returns, show your bank statements. And major problem which we see from the applications is just before the application is made, they get a lump sum or a big, huge amount of money credited into their account. So
Okay.
that is something which they have to explain. If they have any unexplained deposits in the account, you need to demonstrate. And the money of your parents.
Mm.
People miss the point sometimes, Sarika. What they think is they just need to show the money. It's not about just showing the money or the financial aspect. You need to show the source of money as well. If you have the money, you have taken the money from your parents, guys, your parents are not traveling. You are traveling. You need to explain why will you go back to your home country or why will you return to your base after completion of your stated purpose of traveling to Australia. So this is the final note. So be mindful. Don't be overconfident. Try to think from the perspective of an immigration officer. They don't know you. They don't know your financial wealth, financial health. They don't know anything. So you need to put everything in your application in writing and explain to them your circumstances. And this is where our specialized knowledge come in the play. This is what we
guys need
our
help.
expertise
Victor
is.
is here. Yes, I was about to complete that sentence. If you need help from Victor and his team, you can send your applications or email to yourknowledgebuddy@gmail.com, and I'll pass on to Victor and his team so that you guys can be successful in the first attempt. Thank you very much, Victor.
This
Thank
is
you
the
for
plan.
coming and sharing your knowledge. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sarika, and thank you very much for audience for giving us so much love, and we welcome your inquiries. Sorry about the delay sometimes in responding to your queries, but definitely we are committed and we are trying our best to answer your queries as soon as possible. So keep sending us messages, keep asking questions, and we are here to help you with Your Knowledge Buddy.
Thank you.